let's talk about the quality of your work, because it's not just working a lot. We've already established that. It's not that you rise up early and go to bed late and you just work, 16 hours every day. That's not necessarily what diligence is. I love this verse in Proverbs 22. Do you see a man skillful in his work? He will stand before kings. He will not stand before obscure men. I just read a really great book by David Green called Leadership Not by the Book. David Green, for those of you who don't know, is the founder of Hobby Lobby. The Green family sort of came into national view with the whole abortion thing, not wanting to provide abortion for their people. It went all the way to the Supreme Court. I won't get into all that, but you can go look it up. But anyway, he's written a few books, and one of them is this Leadership Not by the Book. And he talks about this verse. And he says that the quickest way for anyone to become a leader is to do whatever it is that he's doing at the time with all his might. You may be doing the most low-tier job that a particular company has to offer. But if you pour yourself into that job as if it is extremely important, which it is, the upper management, they will not be able to help promoting you. Like, people cannot ignore really good work.
Yeah, they can't help but do anything but promote you, is what you're trying to say. Because it's so obvious that you're good at what you're doing, that you're applying yourself. This is another thing as a business owner, oftentimes people ask this question: what do I need to do to move up? What do I need to do to improve my situation at work? Well, apply yourself. Be the very best that you can be. And not only do your work, but how can you help others do their work? How can you make your boss's life easier? I mean, these are the things that move you up into a better position at work, is by doing things diligently. I guarantee you will be recognized, especially in today's world, where doing that is becoming more and more rare.
But it is important to know as a Christian that it is not for the praise of men that we work. And I want to support that with a few verses here. This has been a very important verse to me for a very long time. In Colossians 3, bondservants, obey in everything those who are your earthly masters, not by way of eye service as people pleasers, but with sincerity of heart, fearing the Lord. Whatever you do, work heartily as for the Lord and not for men, knowing that from the Lord you will receive the inheritance as your reward. You are serving the Lord Christ. For the wrongdoer will be paid back for the wrong he has done, and there is no partiality. What that verse says to me is that you should work as if God himself were your boss. If God was expecting you to have that report on his desk by Monday morning, would you have it there?
Yeah, I mean, this applies, this is no matter what we're doing. I mean, do everything as unto the Lord. He's the one that has given us the opportunity. He's given us the skills. He's given us the health. He's given us the means to do it. So why not fully apply ourselves as unto him? Our lives are intended to bring glory unto God. We're not working just to glorify ourselves. What I said earlier about looking good to the boss so that you can move up. I mean, that's a natural outflow of things, but we really should be working because we are believers, because we want to represent Christ well. We are Christ's ambassadors in everything that we do, all the words that we say, all the work that we produce. We are representing Christ in that. So yes, we absolutely should do it as unto the Lord.
Yeah, it's like we were saying earlier with riches. Do you gain riches through godly work? Yes, but godly work is not motivated by the gain of riches. The reason I think that's important is if you do work well, work hard, diligently, and then the boss does not recognize you and he doesn't show you the appreciation that you think your work merits. If you don't get that raise, if you don't gain riches over a particular course of time, then it doesn't disturb your inner peace because that is not what you were working for anyway. It's when you are working for those things, when you don't get them, that you become a bit of an ugly creature. And that is not pleasing to the Lord.
Yeah, and I think it's, it would be fair to say that we are human. We tend to want the raise. We tend to want the promotion.
Sure.
It's not like we can totally divorce ourselves from those ideas. We are driven on by those things at times. But we need those things to be tempered by the spiritual reason that we're working. And if that is the case, then what you have said will be true. It's just so interesting when I look back over my own career and the people that I've worked with. It's those people that did not seem to care about those things that I most enjoyed working with. They just seemed to be doing the right thing and working hard and trying to accomplish something for some other reason. It was never solely about the money or the promotion or the recognition. You could tell there was a deeper purpose driving them underneath the surface. And those people are a real pleasure to work with, and I believe those people are a testimony to godliness when they do that kind of work.
And I would just challenge our listeners, if you really want to gauge the degree to which you are motivated by pleasing men and by gaining riches, challenge yourself to do something in your company or just in your work that no one sees. Because it is the work that no one sees, good things that no one sees, that are the most pleasing to the Lord. And it makes me think of this passage in 1 Timothy. The sins of some people are conspicuous, going before them to judgment, but the sins of others appear later. In 1 Timothy 5:25 says, so also good works are conspicuous, and even those that are not cannot remain hidden. So the challenge is simply to test this verse. Do things in secret. Do things that are not meant to be seen by anyone, and see if the Lord does not bring them into the light.